If you are a manifesting generator and you feel burnt out and exhausted because of too many things that are on your plate, you have so much chaos around you, well, then this is your video, because I'm going to give you 5 action steps on how to come back into alignment with your beautiful, powerful energy so you can utilize it instead of wasting it, or instead of completely getting lost into it. In case you don't know me yet, my name is Leandra. I'm a human design expert. I have done more than 1,000 readings. And if you want to work with me, you can find all the links to do so down below. So you have probably just found out that you are a manifesting generator, or you have already known it for a while, but you're maybe at a point where just too many things are happening all at once. You don't know how to decide anymore. Or what I see on the opposite side is that too many things already happened, and therefore you completely withdraw. You are in procrastination mode. You don't even know where to start. Or the other scenario that I often see is that you limit yourself from doing all your passions, and you think you need to follow just one path because that is what others and society expects you to, and you really limit all your resources. So let's look a little bit deeper into it, and we will start with 5 actionable steps that you can do so you are actually living as a manifesting generator and don't hold back. And if you are in the chaos, you order your life again so you can live a fulfilled and satisfied life. So let's start with my first tip, or my first action step for you. That is really embracing the fact that you are meant to do many things at the same time, that you are meant to have several hobbies, maybe even different jobs, and explore and adventure all the different opportunities that present itself to you. Too often we got told that we just need to find that one thing that we love and then follow that until we stop working. And this is simply not true for you. For you, your energy works best if you can explore yourself in everything that is lighting you up. And that might be very different things, or that might be very similar things within the same branch. And the way to decide that is when you know that something is truly lighting you up, when you truly feel a passion and this absolute sense of energy that is rushing through you. That is the point, or the key, for you to know where to follow your energy. And that might change over time. That might change sometimes every week or every month. However, only if you feel this really sensation of satisfaction within you, that is when it's actually right to engage into something for you. And then it can be several things. So as other people might be a bunch of tulip flower bouquet, you are this beautiful wildflower bouquet that exists of a wildflower here, then some grass there, and all these different components that come together to make up you as this wild, as this explorative person that really has so many different insights and different ways of thinking or looking at the world, all combined together. And over time, you will see that if you follow your so-called strategy and authority, so your correct way to interact with life and your correct way to make decisions, that you will find yourself exactly collecting all the right wildflowers that are meant for you, that you're meant to engage with. So really following that deep inner passion, and we will get to that in a second, it really tells you, yes, that is the right thing for me. That is the key for actually not getting lost in too many things, but also allowing yourself to engage with several different things. So listen closely to your body, and specifically its so-called sacral, which means it's here in the gut. If you feel a rush of energy coming up, that you are really excited already and you are so on fire for doing something, that is your cue to actually engage into it. And then that leads us to my tip or action step number 2 for you, which is listening to your sacral. So exactly what we basically just said, right? And the sacral is still what makes you the generator component of being a manifesting generator. And the sacral will only give you clear yes and no signals if you are in good connection with it. That means the sacral, what makes you a generator, this energy that is coming up for you, will tell you if something is meant for you or not. And it therefore just knows the answer, yes or no. Yes, we have energy. No, we don't have energy. So listen clearly and learn really how to connect with yourself and with your sacral specifically, which we could call the gut feeling, to actually understand if something is meant for you. And that is really this amazing energy that you forget time, that you forget space around you, that you are already so excited if you think about it. And if it's just like, I don't really know, then it is a no. And if it's even like a little bit of a cringe, like I don't want to do this, then it is even more a no. So listen to that, because what I see over and over and over again with manifesting generators is that as soon as there's just a thought, they throw themselves into whatever the case may be, and therefore get lost in too many things, because very quickly they realize it's actually frustrating to them, and then they have already started the process, and that brings even more frustration because they don't want to quit, but also it feels so bad that they feel like they need to quit. And then they will end up in all these entangled things, in all the chaos, and not actually finish something and don't feel satisfaction on the process. Whereas if you entered into the things with your sacral saying yes with satisfaction, that means that no matter how long you're gonna do this, it was the right and important step on your way. Because the generator process is a step-by-step process. So one thing that brings you satisfaction will lead you automatically to the next big step for you that will automatically open another door. So it doesn't necessarily mean that it's the thing that lasts for your whole lifetime, but it was a step that was very important as long as you feel the satisfaction and as it's therefore right for you to enter into this. So the next action step for you is to inform, because you don't only hold a generator component within you, but also the manifestor component within you. And that means that the manifestor strategy is to inform. And you always need to remember, you are one of the absolute energetic powerhouses here that have more energy than most other people and are faster in their action as well than most other people. So you have a thought, and then you immediately want to go into action, and therefore you shoot like a rocket forward and you leave everyone else behind you. They might not understand what you're up to do. They might not follow you because they're much more slow in their energetic process. So you need to be aware of that, and because you want to do your thing, you have the sense that you want to have your freedom and go for whatever you're just shooting for. And it sometimes can feel a little bit annoying when people are then asking you, what are you doing? Or try to even hold you back. But this resistance in other people, so this kind of dynamic only comes along if you don't inform. And that means that you need to inform other people and talk and communicate clearly with other people about your next action steps, about your plans. And if you don't do that, it will cause resistance or even anger or frustration in other people, and therefore backlash to you. So you feel angry and you feel held back and you feel, why does no one understand me? And why do people want to block me? Why do people not want me to do this or go here? And this is to eliminate the resistance. It's so important that you communicate before you actually go into the action. And most manifesting generators, in my experience, forget about this step a little bit because they think if I inform, people will hold me back even more. But this is the wrong way to think about it, because if you inform, it actually lowers the resistance and therefore other people will support you or can even make the path or even get out of your way once you move forward. So always remembering informing before you go into action. And that's really going to help you a lot in your human interaction and in your way moving forward. So the next thing is, even though you are these absolutely crazy energetic powerhouses, you also need time to rest. And a lot of manifesting generators forget about that until it's too late. And there's actually a lot of burned out manifesting generators just because you have so many things up on your plate that you all want to do. You have no more time for anything. You don't even sleep anymore. And let's be honest, you need the littlest amount of sleep from all of the types. However, you still need rest and you still need sleep. We all as humans need that, and you sometimes forget about yourself or forget about it in the process if you have so many things that you're handling. And that is when maybe you get really sick, or that is maybe when something happens, life is knocking you out, or maybe you get a burnout. So really remember that also, even though you have so much energy, you will need some rest phases. And really schedule them into your super busy schedule. And I know you have a bit busy schedule, but don't forget about your friends, about quality time, about slowing down time, about sleep, all of these things, because it can happen that otherwise it's a little bit too late and you totally knock yourself out because you are this energetic powerhouse. And last but not least, also always making maybe a yearly or maybe a monthly decluttering of everything that is not serving you anymore, because you probably do have a lot of things on your plate. So really thinking about what is your priorities at the moment, what are the things that really need my attention and awareness, and where I really want to put in my attention and awareness as well. Because if you don't do that, you might drag old things still into the present moment that actually you don't even really feel anymore, because in your case it can change quite quickly what you get into and what you like. And as I said in the beginning, as long as you enter into it correctly, it doesn't matter that you leave it aside for some time. So you might start a new hobby, you might start to DJ, and then you DJ for a few months and then you notice, oh, I don't want to do it anymore. But if you entered into it correctly, meaning that your cycle was saying, yes, we really want to do that, you might not DJ for another half year and then you pick it up again. So really maybe making a list if that's something that works for you, or really going through all of the activities and making priorities. What is something that I really truly feel passionate about right now, and what is something that maybe was my passion but it's not really up on point anymore and I don't need it so much at the moment, and I can put it a little bit lower on my list so you don't get scattered with too many things on your mind. So often it actually helps writing it out even on paper, that you know what are the things that are ongoing at the moment, and then making a satisfaction rating. Basically, what are the things that really give me satisfaction, what are the things that maybe don't anymore, what are things that need to be done, what are things that are lower on the list, so you actually have an oversight of all the things, and that can help eliminate a little bit the chaos that you might find yourself often in. Because out of the chaos, as I said in the beginning, often results procrastination, which means that it gets so much that you just feel completely numb and shut down, and that might also result in the burnout. And that's why also you should take the breaks in between sometimes, also for self-reflection or for writing these things down, so we actually don't even get to this moment in time, so you can actually utilize your energy to its best potential. Because you do have so much energy, you're really here to show the world what is possible, to show others how you can combine all of these different things together and make something beautifully unique out of that, because you are here to be the trailblazers of everyone. And if you would like to have personalized guidance, I give one-on-one readings. We can look into your chart and see what your challenges are. And also, if you're interested, I offer a retreat by the end of September where we go all about in human design, and which is really focused around your energetic needs, and it's very limited in capacity. So check out my website for that. And if you want to become a member of this channel, you can check your purpose, because it's very specifically about what your purpose is and how to better find it and move along with it. So with that being said, I'm sending you so much love, and I hope I see you in the next time.